let's see how it ends up.
Eccoci qua. Round 6, Vanquish contro Vanquish. Ma aspettavo Malice da Julian.
A lot of interaction, and of course the K9 cards, we might see them finally, you know, at full power, just in terms of whatever they are gonna be able to do, since there is so much end interaction. And let's just take a look.
Entrambi 3-2, il dentro o fuori.
I'm looking at the pairings for this round. This is not the only NA versus NA matchup.
Yeah, players just rolling the dice there to see who is gonna go first. There an issue with left-handers?
All right, time to start. But the other matchup I'm talking about, it looks like Willie's taking on Isaiah at table 3. So we have 4 players from NA all facing off against each other in this pivotal round.
27, Silva.
Yes.
Not something you want to see this late into the game, but at least they're all doing well and in contention, but only one from each of the
Tante magie in mano a Julian, eh?
Even with 3 losses, you still have that opportunity to make it.
Case e Liberation.
Crucial round number 6.
Oh, 27, il mondiale.
So 3 Mulcharmies in the end from Charlie. And if that's not a Purulia, it could be
Che cazzo ne so, perché non 32?
Yeah, I feel like if you have more than one Furlos, you kind of have to slow roll it a little bit and maybe activate them one at a time, because if you activate both
In realtà penso che uno sia stato squalificato.
That's something you'd think about before giving your opponent 2 draws at once.
Ho sentito sta cosa. Az.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuwalos.
You gotta throw them down slowly. It looks like the first one is going to come down after
Ash.
Zokul summoned Izuna from the hand as well.
Fuwalos.
Ash Blossom, which is best case scenario when you have multiple.
Never
And
punished.
the second is coming down from Charlie.
So now, yeah, there's some good thinking here for Julian. What do you do? Do you commit a couple of rank 5s? Do you just pass on nothing? His hand, no Vanquish Souls that I can see, so maybe that's a bit of an issue. Or is that maybe just to stake your soul?
Hanno avuto modo di giocare con Vanquish. Lì è un altro Fuwalos. Ah, 3.
Yeah, here we go with the Ripper.
Let's take a look at these interactions.
Succede.
And as you can see, we are gonna resolve, and also like what's really interesting about Julian deck is that he's playing a super high count of K9 cards. So let's see if we are gonna just be able to use full advantage of this engine. And let's go back to us in the meantime. Players' decks, but assumingly play can immediately resume. So this Reaper is about to resolve. And
Leak delle carte, dici, no?
we do have, yeah, I see it on top of the deck. The first release is in the main deck. So we're playing the full-on engine with the Werewolf in the extra deck. And this helps out a lot.
Secondo me... No, non fa attivare 3 Fuwalos. Secondo me, e qua gli hanno pausato un attimo il game perché ha visto che lui pescava da sinistra. E quindi gli hanno fatto spostare tutte le cose, vedi? Anche il cimitero. Ah no, no, l'hanno obbligato a mettere il deck sulla destra. Ah.
Julian deciding that resolving a couple of Vanquish Soul effects more important than keeping Charlie's hand small, and it kind of makes sense.
Giunge start.
It's going to get you just so much advantage for only a couple of draws.
Che gli aveva anche Stake Your Soul.
Snow Devil is such an important card in the mirror match to set up.
Questo comunque è il penultimo round di oggi, eh. E dopo ci sarà la finale di Master Duel con Nash contro Pac.
Yeah, it is one of those matchups where Snow Devil is very important because Vanquish Soul very good at sort of tagging out, so every time you can clear the field, you're going to be very happy. Is that one of each attribute Julian got?
Evocatore Isen.
Hand size there, very happy here. You can, you are obviously going to have to return the monster
Rock.
from your hand, from the
Sì, Nash.
still on the field at the end of the turn.
Domani ci sono top 8, semifinali e finale dalle 9:30, ma in realtà fai 10 perché tanto fanno un pre-show. Beh, non dovresti, dato che sto registrando anche. Di che scherzi?
Yeah, things off to a good start here for Julian for sure. Hopefully the cards that Charlie are drawing are going to be something useful. He's going to have a huge impact here if he's going to want to get back into this game.
Nibiru. Vediamo se arriva qualcos'altro. No.
So, not as exciting as we might have thought. Just trying to get rid, I guess, of this end interaction so that maybe we can.
Forse in realtà a Olisu.
Yeah, very possible. Or even worth it just to
No.
get the material off the Ripper in case you need to. For next turn, you want to use a hand effect, so you might as well.
Mi banni Canvas.
Julian got so many cards in hand, but the same for Charlie. So this is going to be a game that truly gets out of control here. It's really one of the most.
Adesso sbannalo, ma puntalo.
Interactions at the moment in the game with the Fool Us. How many cards you give your opponent? How much is it worth it? It makes you think very carefully. You're not just following.
Setta snodivole e passa.
You need to say, okay, what's my hand? How can I organize things to give my opponent the fewest number of cards possible?
Potrebbe durare poco questa partita.
Is there a point starting the turn maybe with a Fool Us?
C'è Fualos che viene attivato. Nibiru è in mano.
Happen to draw 3 Fool-Wallis. All you can do is use all 3 Fool-Wallis.
I mean, it's there, so you do have the option to go into the extra deck with the Lupis later on, so you could get a draw. Why not?
Yeah, in fact, there's 3 ways to summon from the extra deck already on the field for Julian, right? Well, one from the deck with the Holisu, one from the extra deck with Lupus, and obviously the face down forced release.
Yeah.
Is it ever something you just chain now, give up the potential pop, and just use the
Quelle Olisu.
disruption effect? Julian just confirming there is a playset there.
Raisin. Force release.
Right away, first time we see it maybe on the werewolf. Last time it was on, the last.
Per fiondare Raisin.
Going to be the werewolf.
Yes, it is. And this does so much. Getting rid of that Razen as well as establishing.
Werewolf adesso può guardargli la mano se attiva un effetto.
So many cards in the hand for Charlie though. I mean, a hand disruption when your opponent has 3 or 4 cards is one thing, but maybe when they have 8 or 9, going to be a little less impactful. Could still keep this Holly suit.
Olè, piccolo laghettino.
Next move for Charlie.
Possibile oggi.
7-1
per non farsela togliere da Werewolf.
We're just gonna activate it. That makes it interesting indeed.
E viene attivata Stake Your Soul. Mi sa che non è possibile vedere questa partita senza che laghi. Stake Your Soul rivelando Olisu.
Then you can go ahead and summon a Caesar Valius and pop the set card. So maybe there's mind games. Maybe Charlie's just setting it because it's important, but maybe he's setting it to see if he can prompt Julian to invest his Caesar Valius pop into that face down card. Because you're kind of saying to your opponent, I don't want you to see this card, it's really important, I really want to keep it. So maybe that might just trick him.
Vediamo come risponde Julian.
You're setting, like, Stake Your Soul is important.
Qua risolve Stake Your Soul.
What are the other spell cards that you really need in the deck?
Arriva Caesar Valius. Olisu. Impulse e l'ultimo mi pareva Jokul. Chain Werewolf per guardare la mano e togliere una.
that's a throwback.
Is my age showing again?
Surely it's more like a pointer of the Red Lotus.
I guess that is a more recent one, huh?
What's going on here? Charlie just kind of showed his hand very briefly. Why did he just show his hand? Like, surely you're resolving it. Maybe Julian's gonna do something.
A me non piace molto come gioca Charlie. Sembra sempre scazzato.
Yeah, you can tell both of them, you know each other, but they don't wanna.
Fa Snow Devil anche.
Now we see that Snow Devil for free, trying to stop all of Charlie's option.
Yeah, this is the power of a non-targeting destruction here, because it forces Julian to, use a bunch of cards maybe much earlier than he might otherwise want to.
Fa 1008.
Slight misstep from Charlie, because you always really want to put your monsters against Vanquish Soul into a column where there's already some monsters in play. But he's chosen not to do that, but I guess in this case it's not really going to matter. But
and we take a look at the end. It's
Impulse.
Nibiru. Oh, and he's also playing.
Non è Ash quella?
So the rescue ace cards, yeah.
So what are we going?
Ma se quella è Jokul, levi Jokul probabilmente, no? Considerato però che settata potrebbe esserci Stake Your Soul. Viene tolta Holy Su. Forse sta giocando intorno a Rota, non lo so. No, Andrea. No.
Is there maybe a case for K9 or something like that? I'm trying to think what else it could be. I can't imagine that many players play Talents in the deck. And you obviously can't set a Pot of Extravagance.
Era Case.
Gonna be its own copy of a case for K9.
It was so shiny it took me a minute to to recognize it.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one. We've seen quite a lot of interactions, so let's see. I guess we did have Jokul in hand, right? So
Perché ha Kiro contro il Ding?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's going to be really helpful here, resolving the Jokul.
Jokul evoca Izuna manda il lupo.
Still got a pile of cards himself, but how is he going to make best use of them? You can always just take a monster now with the Holly Sue if you want to. And maybe you just wait until a Ripper or something comes into play.
Aggiunge Lantern.
Yeah, a lot of intricacies here in this mirror match. Those full houses definitely help Charlie out, just amassing so much more card advantage over Julian here.
Sono 7 round.
Yeah, it's amazing like how many extra cards you need when going second to make it fair. Like
that's where the
4.
Charmies really come into play.
Yeah, Charlie's like, it's a fairly even game, and Charlie had like started with 10 cards or something. Is it time? Maybe a Valon, maybe a Nash Knight, all sorts of options.
Overlay.
Maybe just simply return the favor, and yeah, that is going to be
Ripper.
Ripper.
Is there still the Holly Sue Steel? Yeah.
Effetto di su per
That's why I was
derubare.
thinking, maybe a Nash or a Valon, because that way, when you get the card back, it still has some benefit to you. Whereas Ripper, not so helpful.
E Chain Lupis.
Not sure what we are.
Può farlo.
Going for? Looks looks like the impulse, right?
Yep.
Is,
Ah, fa
Fire
impulse.
Attacker level 5?
I don't believe so.
I was wondering.
I think it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
That would be just pure nice though for the deck. I mean, it could be. It could be that level.
Cosa ha usato dalla mano lui?
Real quickly and give it a little look.
Oh, he's taking the Fire Attacker here.
It looks like it's level 6.
That's really interesting, taking the Fire Attacker. God, it's such a complicated
But I mean
game.
Yeah, indeed.
But definitely both these players are well practiced. I mean, this is definitely a matchup that you would want to know really well going into the World Championship. Expected to be the most dominant deck of the weekend, but while it was the most popular, hasn't really got a lot of success. But I mean, both these players with 2 losses, winning here is crucial for both.
Per Fire Attacker.
No effect to send from the deck to the graveyard.
Evoca Izuna.
Ash's own Fire Attacker.
E qua cosa può
That's
fare?
pretty funny.
Gotta think though, the field starts to get a bit threatening.
Nash Knight.
Case for K9 has a sort of hidden effect, as sometimes players like to call it. Obviously, the main thing people use it for is just to add a K9 monster, but it has another effect, which is if your opponent's used a hand or graveyard effect this turn, which Julian, I think, has, then all of your K9s will gain 900 attack.
Yep.
Which is quite a significant attack boost.
Indeed.
Not quite the Yummy Field spell, but still pretty good.
And yeah, here we see one of the most interesting options in the extra deck with this
Nash Knight.
Nash.
Yeah, Nesh Knight is an incredible card that really lets you cheat out cards that would normally be incredibly hard to summon from the extra deck onto the field quite easily.
Not only that, but it's such a powerful interruption. Like, just is better than like setting a monster almost, because it's just so unusable when it's like under your monster as a material. It's like, how are you ever going to get that back without destroying the Nash Knight?
Yep, it takes that monster and it's going to become. It looks like it's going to go for the Sea Nesh Knight.
Might just be Nash
604.
weak, considering Nash, the player,
Hey,
is also in the finals of Master Duel.
And
So.
there is C104, which is an incredibly powerful Xyz monster.
And yeah, here comes the Lantern. We've got 2 monster negates in hand, so this is looking like quite a lot of damage. So Julian going to have something special.
And we do see the Izuna.
Izuna.
We do have Ripper. Charlie thinking for a moment, but yeah, then goes on to negate it with the Ripper, and I think play may resume from
Finito.
Charlie.
Is this now the battle phase?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Are there any tricks from Julian? Because this looks like...
This is 2700 boost from the case, right? And that's it. Yeah, I think Charlie, wow. I mean, with the help of Frimul Charlie,
Vinto Charlie la prima.
is able to completely take this game. What a grind. I mean, almost 20 minutes of game 1.
Charlie definitely giving the most confident interview out of the bunch. I also interviewed him as well, and he has the same message when you say, what are you looking forward to this weekend? He said, lifting the trophy.
Nice.
I mean, he's had an incredible year. Not only did he win the Dragon Duel World Championship back in the day, he won his first YCS this year before even turning 21. I only say that because I got my first YCS win at 21. So he's already accomplished so much more than me at such a young age.
Nice.
He's one of the most promising duelists, out there that could become one of a duelist of legend.
But Julian, though, quite a unique answer from him. When everyone else, when they say how long have you been playing Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like 5 years, 10 years, and Julian's like, 1 year. You're just like, wait a second, 1 year, and you're already doing this at this high level. It's amazing.
Yeah, he is an awesome duelist. I actually met him at the 2017 World Championships that we competed in.
Really?
Yep, him and Ryan Yu. They were both there. That's the one Ryan
I
Yu
remember,
ended up winning.
of course. Yeah.
Purulia.
For Charlie.
Wow. This has been a trend at this point, but yeah, Purulia.
Mul Charlie.
Oh, wow.
Olè! Oh, lo sai.
Mur Charlie is the new official name. I mean, it's approved. Yeah, definitely. And I was about to say, Purulia is usually the premium one against this matchup, unless they open you know, stake your soul, but when you have both,
Ah!
plus Ash, which, I mean, I don't even know if that was needed, but
I feel like you might as well,
Holy.
'cause you always want to keep the Vanquish Soul deck on a low number of cards if you can. And the problem, obviously, is the Canines give you so many monsters in hand all of a sudden that
wow.
sometimes it can feel like a tough
Jokul.
battle.
But we are going still strong from Julian, who could already stop.
Partito forte.
I mean, phew, as you have mentioned, Tom, in game one, he tried a strategy giving Charlie card and just ending up on a strong field. Didn't quite work, and now he's doing it again.
Yeah, I mean, this is so rough though, because what can you do in a game where you can, you know, you're under one Four Loss. It's like
Yeah.
you've still kind of got options, but Purulia and Four Loss is so devastating to this deck.
It certainly is, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's, you know, gonna happen. But Julian's gonna have to find a way to navigate it through it here. You know, going first. He has. If he loses this game, he's still not even.
Ha
with
Snow
three
Devil
losses,
in
he still
mano
has the
però,
opportunity to make top 8, but it's gonna be up to the tiebreakers, really.
Yeah.
Lui ha
But I think
o è
this
Trust o
might
è la
be
rapida
it,
quella lì in mano,
I
non
would
la
be
riesco a
shocked if we
riconoscere.
push, you know, more outside of adding back, you know, this Razen. I feel like this is already okay, and yeah, I think maybe Julian agrees, and yeah, just sets one and passes back to Charlie.
Difficile.
Who is gonna, you know, be quite happy with the amount of Mulcharm he's opened. A lot of, you know, options in his hand at the moment. Wow, look at it. So many cards in hand. And throws yet into another one. This is
Ha pescata un'altra.
Yeah,
Purulia? Purulia's really good. If it, yeah,
Yes.
as a
Oh,
Purulia to start.
wow.
Mold Charlie is just off to the races here
Yeah.
in game 2. Julian can't catch a break here in this match.
You
Anything
just-
he does, Charlie's also going to just happen to draw a card as well.
Do you just negate this? That's the question, I guess, from Julian.
Julian's played 4 turns of this duel so far, and he's been under Amol Charmy every single turn, which feels a little unfair, doesn't it?
And no, I think it resolved. So we are gonna start things off with reinforcement of the army.
Rota.
You're gonna be surprised when you see, you know, so many cards. You're gonna get pretty much all of your engine pieces.
Aggiunge Raisin, ovviamente.
Are we going to be doing the same as we did last time, destroying the Razen on site with the forced release? Or maybe this time, maybe the Ripper has a material, so maybe you just kind of hold it for a little bit longer?
Ha Impulse ancora.
Let's see.
Raisin normal nella colonna di Ripper per subito far sprecare
And no,
la,
same exact thing as
la
the
negazione.
We've played this
Essenzialmente.
game before.
Yeah.
But you have to think, though, if this was the plan...
Ho già
you're right,
giocato
why
a
would you
questi
keep
giochi!
Purulia?
Viene distrutto.
Just get the value and, yeah.
I was
Aggiunge.
thinking that, but I mean, I'm sure Julian has done this plenty of times before, and he's just gonna try to hang in there. Charlie just seems like he has so much available to him. I can say, you know, that stake your soul to just push even more, and he's gonna grab the heavy burger. Interesting pick, yeah.
That's always a worrying sign when you're trying to add something that's maybe not the best. You think, does that mean you
Yeah.
have all the good cards already in your hand? Is
Absolutely.
there already a Holly Sue?
Yeah. There
Aggiunge
goes the
Heavy
burger,
Burger.
maybe into Medlov. And I don't even think there is any interaction in Julian's hand. I think it's full on engine. Maybe, you know, of course.
Hai
there could be some
Izuna.
lines if they are there, if Izuna in particular and Lupis are there, but yeah, you're just gonna werewolf. And what is in there? Double Jolong burger. Ooh, both targets though for the impulse. That's a bit unfortunate, I guess, but
Oh, that hand is rough as well.
Che devi fare? Togli burger, sì, gli altri sono tutti fuoco.
fires pretty much. And
Medlov.
If you just pop this on site, does it not...
Devi distruggerla adesso. Sì, stavo dicendo proprio quello. Devi distruggerla adesso perché altrimenti non ce la fai. Così invece ce la fai.
Wow. What a turn of events, yeah.
I mean, we saw this coming. We kind of saw how game 1 played out, and it's playing out here very
Non
similar to
evoca.
number 2.
I think we are done because what can you even do? Do you have any? Like we have, what was it? Double Giant Long Impulse and the other. Yeah, it's a pass.
Well, the burger comes back to the hand at least.
Yeah, yeah.
The hand was just so much wonkier for Charlie.
Definitely.
Sì, non era la migliore mano, ecco. Ne ha viste di migliori.
Wow. So in the end, Julian this time around manages to stop Charlie.
Cioè, in realtà era partita molto bene.
We're still there for the former champion, and now he knows he's pretty much not really fearing anything. Like there is only the impulse.
E qui puoi fare tutto quello che ti pare.
It can only summon from deck, so that's it.
Yeah, it actually does look like Julian is going to take this game. Maybe Charlie's going to consider conceding, and
Yeah,
he's picking.
E infatti
right now.
concede.
Flag, and we're going
smart.
to
Andiamo a game 3.
Yeah, you really called it there, Marcello. If you have 2 losses going into the last round, that is pretty much the bubble. Because if you do finish with 2 losses, you're probably more than likely going to make the top 8, depending on how many players there are with 2 losses. But usually at the WCS, we have
Sure,
1 or 2
guaranteed.
players with 3 losses making it in.
Yeah. No, I've done the math before the event, and I'm pretty sure like XU is
Yeah,
guaranteed to
you're
make
locked
it.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's good news, and of course those double losses make it even more likely at some point that they are gonna make it. So let's see. I mean, it all comes down to this. Around 19 minutes left in the clock, should be plenty of time to make it. And Charlie going in first, the first time in this round 6.
Yeah, are we going to see, I don't know, Molt Julian? I don't know what you call it
Molt-
exactly.
Altra
Doesn't quite,
smazzatina.
E
si gode.
I still respect it. But yeah, that could be the case. This could be the time for Julian to be the one to draw the Mulch armies, but
È veramente sempre scazzato Charlie, oh, mi fa soffrire.
keep him coming.
Yeah.
Leo's,
You can
yeah.
tell that it's been a while. And the end looks promising. I see a lot of interesting cards. And let's see. I don't see Julian activating a Purulia. So, okay, we do see this Take Your Soul. But an Ash Blossom could be devastating here. Do we have a starter? If we are Charlie, do we have a Canine card?
Nope, just
Oh,
a set and a
wow.
pass.
That's brutal.
He needed that Stake Your Soul to resolve, but instead the Ash Blossom from Julian is just huge.
Also, because I'm pretty sure he had all issue, Charlie, and then that's just brutal if you don't have anything to make it work with. And now your opponent knows you have the impulse in hand, so it will make things interesting for Julian, but that's definitely not the start we were hoping for.
Beh,
Yeah, how effectively can you play around that impulse? And maybe if you're Julian, you just go straight for a
direi
Ripper.
solido,
Go
no?
Jokel, summon Azuna, and
Yeah.
make a Ripper as your first action, and then shut down the impulse. Because when your opponent's like past turn, you think, I want to do everything I can. I don't mind if they hand trap me and prevent my other plays. I do
Jokul.
mind if they draw extra cards, because at the moment they can't do anything.
Yeah,
Che evoca
I totally agree
Jokul.
with you, and I guess we are about to find out, because here we could just not use the search effect and go into Reaper. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because Jokel can just go and fetch a Lantern anyway, and then the Lantern can bring back the Jokel, so you're not like missing out too
Yeah.
much.
But we are
Arriva
gonna use the
Impulse.
Jokel instead, and this could be a risky decision for Julian.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Maybe he sided out Lantern, so he thought if he didn't use the Jokel now, he won't be able to use it at all. It seems like a reasonable thing to do going second, maybe.
Yeah, this means that Charlie is gonna now access
Mm.
2 fresh new cards, as well as then discarding one to the graveyard. But on the other end, this allows now the Izuna to be special summoned, and as well as the Lupus.
It's kind of tough drawing from that side.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. And now looks like he's thinking.
Yeah, he needs to discard
Yeah.
one, no?
He's gonna
So,
discard
okay.
another
Scarta un
impulse.
altro
That's a
impulse.
Yeah.
But as mentioned, now we can go into Reaper right
Ha
away.
pescato
Just
Ash.
makes things a bit easier, I think. Makes sense. Just prevent a possible Ollie Su
Non
from-
tutto sto granché, onestamente, però.
What sort of cards are you thinking the face down could be? Is it, I mean, almost certainly you've got to be considering the Snow Devil, and then maybe Forced Release would be a sort of bluff. Although having said that, you can summon it. You can summon a Ripper on your opponent's turn. So
Yeah.
He definitely still has some interaction in the hand here against Julian, but looks like he's thinking about using it right here on the Ripper. It's
Ooh.
a tough call.
Yeah. And also others on the face down. And
Ooh,
it's
Metal Tronus.
Right.
interesting. Side deck option, I guess, from
Huh?
Charlie. And it's going to just be activated right away.
yeah, that is quite the card to side in. I guess it's maybe one of those cards where you're just siding in because you don't have, you don't have other cards to side out for the Molchamis. Maybe it's just one of those cards you
Actually
need
go
for
there,
the
yeah.
siding patterns. Because I can't imagine it's something you like really want. Maybe you do, but
I mean, it's yeah. I guess it's alright, but if you need to take out those Molcharmies, maybe that's what he just is comfortable with siding. And well,
Metal
still have so much
Tronus.
we can do. We have a normal summon.
Boh.
We have Izuna and Lupis, which we can use. So the question is, do we have Vanquish Soul cards?
Lantern.
We might not. So Lantern.
Brings back the Jokel.
do you even need them though? You're gonna have there's the case for K9. Can you activate case? No, you can't, right? Because I think it's the on activation.
Oh, I think we are out of
Really?
targets though.
Just gonna be a PE minor.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
when you side deck, sometimes you'll side out those extra options that might not be in your deck, and that's definitely something
Yeah.
that would happen here when you're going second.
Of course. I mean,
But
fair
yeah,
enough.
is Azuna into Lupus not just more than 8,000 damage?
Through the
Yeah, because you get the 900 boost, right? So all of your monsters are nearly
Could be.
3,000.
yeah, could totally be the case. I can see it. How big is the
I want to say like
Rescue Ace?
2,200, something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
2,200. Spot on.
I was like, oh yes, all right.
Yeah.
Nash Knight.
Yep, Nesh Knight.
You're
Coming
right.
Down, gonna clear the attacker.
But yeah, why not do it this way? And then this way you can put up the Masquerade on
Mette
top
sotto
of,
Masquerade.
for some extra protection.
And yeah, here comes Izuna.
Ed evoca
Yes,
Izuna.
we can use Ash here if we want. Not quite. And
But you have to Ash, otherwise it's
yeah.
just... Oh, no, it's not big enough, actually. The Nash Knight's only 1,700.
Oof. I mean, I guess, yeah, when you play
Oddio, però guadagnano 900.
Is he not-
Acquaintances
he
slash
was
friends, you see some good spawnmanship because I
And
think
he's gonna summon Holly.
Oh, lì su.
what
Just
did
a-
he reveal?
Also, why did he summon the Holy Sea?
Oli su che rivela Oli su.
Damage, maybe.
I guess so.
Maybe
Era
just the Holy
OTK,
Sea
se
does
no,
not
no?
damage, It's almost like conceding.
It is,
Yeah.
it's not
Lupis, Izuna e C104 era OTK.
Like reveal.
Se
I think
non,
it was
se non
another Holly
sbaglio.
too.
Okay. Wow.
But like,
Oddio, in realtà c'ha pure
Yeah,
C101
no,
lì
no,
dentro.
What happened to a stake your? Oh no, the stake your soul got stopped. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's in the graveyard.
No, but I mean, I can imagine just opening your end, maybe looking at, all these you right away, and then heartbreaking when you find out you can't do anything with it.
Fa C101?
But yeah, it seems like Julian, although he looked like he was in a rough spot all match
Se-
long, has found a way to just stay in this and climb all the way up from that loss.
Yeah, it looks
First
like
game.
Julian is going to be the one that's going to move on with only 2 losses going into the last round.
Mm-mm.
But even when Charlie loses this, you mentioned X.
Questo è uno Zeus adesso.
Many wins, 4 would be the case
Yeah.
here. Still not out, but definitely a lot more dicey than being locked in with 2 losses.
Oh, merda, è gigantesco sto Zeus.
Then Charlie and Julian might end up competing for the same spot.
That's a Zeus with a lot of materials.
Oh well.
Mano ha una Holly su e basta, mi sa. E vince Julian.
Unfortunately, as you can see, Charlie obviously not happy with it, has to just give it out to Julian. What
Do you
a
hear
match.
me on the list? Yeah? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, here we go. We're seeing the different kind of lineups of the deck. We see Charlie playing those rescue ace monsters, and Julian, it looked like playing a bit more of a heavier canine engine. So if you were going to enter the tournament, do you think you'd rather have more canines, or do you think you'd rather have those rescue ace monsters?
Abbiamo visto relativamente pochi Vanquish in realtà in questa partita.